Welcome to the Arizona Civics Test Reporting Guidance. In this video, we will cover what does the legislation require, how does this impact local education agencies, what data do local education agencies have to report, and how do local education agencies report their civics test data. So let's start with what does the legislation require? This all began with House Bill 2632. In 2002, the Arizona State Legislature passed a bill that changed the nature of the civics test graduation requirement. The legislation now mandates an increase in the passing score from 60% to 70% for the 2026 graduating seniors. It also allows 7th and 8th graders to take the exam and then have that passing exam score count towards their graduation requirement. And it requires local education agencies to report their civics test data to the Arizona Department of Education beginning with the 2022-2023 school year. So how does this impact local education agencies? The impact to local education agencies falls under 4 different categories. First, they will continue to administer the 2008 United States Citizenship and Immigration Services Naturalization Exam. They will also now have to allow 7th and 8th graders to take the test if they have 7th and 8th graders in their school or district, or if you are a high school district, you have to allow and accept a passing test score from an incoming 7th or 8th grade student. Local education agencies also have to document passing and failing rates of pupils by grade level. And then lastly, local education agencies will have to report this aggregate data to the Arizona Department of Education each year. So what data do LEAs have to report? LEAs are required to report the following data. First, a median test score of the tests administered by your local education agency. You must also report the percentage of passing test scores by grade level and the percentage of failing test scores by grade level. Do not record any specific student data. So how do local education agencies report their test data? To report your test data, first gather your median test score for all the tests that were given by your school or district. And then you also need to ensure that your data is separated by grade level, grades 7 through 12. Make sure that this data is aggregate data. Do not include any student-specific data. If you do not have data for a particular grade, you will enter NA on the form. Click the following link at www.azed.gov/assessment/civics assessment results. And then click submit. It's just one form you have to fill out. So this is what the test form will look like when you click on that link. You'll need to enter your LEA name and identity ID and contact email and select whether you are a district or charter. You will need to report your median score. So this is the aggregate median score for your LEA. You will also need to report the median score by grade level. So 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. If you do not have any students that took the test at a particular grade, remember you will just enter NA on the form for that particular grade. You will also need to record the passing aggregate data. So your LEA aggregate data passing score, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade passing scores. Again, if you do not have data for a grade level, enter NA. Last, you will need to record the percent failing aggregate data for your school or district, and then by grade level for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th grade. If you do not have any data for that particular grade, remember you just enter NA. And last, click the submit button. Some frequently asked questions are, how often can I submit civics test data? You only need to submit test data once for each school year. When is the deadline to submit civics test data? The deadline for the 2022-2023 school year is June 15th of 2023. What happens if I have fewer than 10 students? If you have fewer than 10 students, please fill NA on the form. What if I accidentally submit incomplete information? Please contact constituent services at questions@azed.gov before submitting test data again. Also, if you have any questions regarding the civics test, please direct all questions to questions@azed.gov before submitting for any types of questions. Thank you.